ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ 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 ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਸੌਫਟਲੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕੈਰੀ ਔਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 softly ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਦੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰੱਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਕੀ ਕਿਤ ਬਾਤ ਹੈ ਕੋਟ ਪਰਾਦੀ ਹਰਿਆਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਜਿਨ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਸੇ ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰਬਾਸ ਨ ਪਰਿਆ ਅਪਰਾਧੀ ਗੁਨਾਹਗਾਰ ਬੇਮੁਖ ਮੰਦਾ ਚੋਰ ਯਾਰ ਜੁਆ ਪਰ ਕਰ ਜੋ ਹੰਦਾ ਨਿੰਦਕ ਦੁਸ਼ਟ ਹਰਾਮ ਕੋ ਭਗ ਦੇਸ ਠਗੰਦਾ ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਮਦ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਕਰੰਦਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਘਾਤੀ ਅਕਿਰਤ ਕੰਮ ਮੈਂ ਕੋ ਨਾ ਰਖੰਦਾ ਸਿਮਰ ਮੁਰੀਦਾ ਠਾੜੀਆਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਬਖਸ਼ੰਦਾ ਸਿਮਰ ਮੁਰੀਦਾ ਠਾੜੀਆਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਬਖਸ਼ੰਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਗੁਣ ਨਿਰਾਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। Let's sing the Shabad. तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, हो गॉड। Gurmukh Singh Sahib Maharaj's rachana. You are the king of all kings. Ape aag grieve nivaja. You have blessed me, a poor man, to come and sit with you and love you. दास जानकर कृपा करो मोए। Harpra mein Angar, come to your doorsteps. Please, treating me as your humble servant, bless me. Come all of us. तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। आप गरीब निवाजा, आप गरीब निवाजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। राजन के राजा तुम हो, तुम हो, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। आपके आप गरीब निवाजा, आपके आप गरीब निवाजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे, दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे। हार परा मैं आन द्वार तो है, हार परा मैं आन द्वार तो है। दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे, दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे। कृपा करो मोहे दास जान कर, दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे। कृपा करो मोहे, कृपा करो मोहे। दास जान कर, दास जान कर, दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे। दास जान कर कृपा करो मोहे। हार परा मैं आन द्वार तो है, हार परा मैं आन द्वार तो है। तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। आपके आप गरीब निवाजा, आपके आप गरीब निवाजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा, तुम हो सब राजन के राजा। Just now when I entered Sadhguru Maharaj Darbar, I heard a beautiful voice doing Rera Sada part. To tell you the truth, I felt very happy. And in my heart, I bow down to the person who was doing the part. That it reminded me of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's disciple Bhai Lehna ji. Let's discuss that Sakhi. Bhai Gudaji says, Kaljug Babe Tarya Sat Naam Pad Mantra Sunaya. The magical word is Sat Naam. Satnamai Guru is the magical word that gives food for the soul, that at once connects the line between the human being and God, the soul to the great soul, the creator soul, God. It is food, it is wealth. How much we can spend our time to collect that wealth or that spiritual food, how strong we can become spiritually is the time that we put in on that side. Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj went right from one corner to the other corner to preach the word of God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji practiced one thing. No pakhanda will work, no fraud, no deception. That time people used to wear all these tilaks, mala in their necks, and they used to cheat people, showing people they were religious but they were not religious. You know what Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj said? They appear to be saints. They say, "E har ke santana aaki hai, e Banaras ke thag." The river Banaras, Ganges side, all this, people used to cheat others. They used to portray a very religious face, holy people, keeping long hair, having mala in their hands, and Ram, 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 Ram. And they used to cheat people of their money. Guru Nanak Samara said, it should not be show outside, it should be what's inside. Kaljog Babe Tarya, Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj liberated this world with the magical word Sat Naam Pad Mantra Sunaya. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji had a Guru Sikh who learned to do the Japji Sahib part. Those of you who know the Japji Sahib part and don't do, it is a very big mistake. Having eyes, you don't want to see. Having ears, you don't want to hear. Having a tongue, you don't want to speak, is equivalent to that. Those who can do Japji Sahib part must do. If you are a Sikh, if you are not a Sikh, no regret. There are so many Muslims walking about, so many Hindus walking about, Christians and Buddhists, no regret. But as a Sikh, if you cannot do, then learn to do. Look at this beautiful. We got all these facilities today for people to know Punjabi. You got both bilingual explanation and meaning. They say, well begun is half done. When you start moving, you start studying, you pass your exams, you don't go to school, you never get anywhere. Come into the house of the Guru Maharaj, you attend this Sat Sangat, these camps, you reach somewhere little by little near Guru Maharaj. Today a Guru Sikh who learnt Japji Sahib apart from Guru Nanak Sahib, he became Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Sikh. He used to get up in the morning. A Sikh's primary duty, Gur Satgur ka jo Sikh khaye so palke ut har naam tyaar. He gets up every day early and he does Naam Simran. Uddam kare palke par bhakti shnan kare Amritsar naave. When he bathes at home or anywhere, he feels his bathing in the Sarovar of Guru Ramdas Ji. Upadesh Guru har jap jape. He listens to teaching of Guru Maharaj and he does Naam Simran. बहंदिया उठदिया नाम ते आवे, फिर चढ़े दस गुरबाणी गावे. When the light is out, little bit, sometimes can be out at 5 o'clock, 5:15, he start reading the Gurbani. We all will be sleeping at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. But we wear all the clothes as though we are very religious. In this house of Guru Maharaj, a showcase is not accepted. What you are inside genuine. You may have even torn clothes. You may have old rags on your head or nothing to wear on your feet. Genuineness is required. And Gurbani says, Dilo Mohabbat Jinn. Whoever loves God from inside, says Sacha, he is the truthful one. Jinn man who is showing people something else, speaking something else, he himself is crooked inside. Say Kande Kacha, Jinn man Mukhor, say they are the ones who are not accepted, they are taken up. Not acceptable in Gurmat. Here this Guru Sikh, who became Guru Nanak Dev Ji's disciple Sikh, he gets up in the morning, goes near the river. He takes a snan there. Then he sits nearby, he takes a small piece of cloth, sits down, and he sits on that and he starts his Japji Sahib. Just like today the Guru Sikh was reading the Rasa part, na? This Guru Sikh is to read the Japji Sahib part. This is one part of the picture. Every day this Guru Sikh does this. On the other side, there's a man known as Pailena. He believed in the Devi Mata di Puja, in Sakhi Sarar Puja, idol worship. And every year, this Pailena with his friends, well-to-do family, and that time, just like today you got a car, you are well-to-do. They used to have good horses, well-to-do. Silk clothes, well-to-do people only could afford. Poor people used to have the khaddar kapde, pure cotton, woven at home. Pailena ji came from very well-to-do family, wearing silken clothes, etc. And he had about 8-9 friends together. They used to go every year to Devi Mata's puja. Today, when they came, it was already evening time. They stopped somewhere near Kartarpur side. On the way. And what they used to do, evening, after they had eaten whatever they could have, they used to sit together and start singing the pyaar. Jai Mata Di, Hindus do that. Matas, hymns they used to sing. Some sing Kali Mata Di, some Durga Di, some Tuani, mostly they say Jai Mata Di. That's the way of Hindus worship God. And they used to have some musical instruments and they used to tie kunguru on their feet and they used to dance. And Guru Pailena ji was a good dancer. Nowadays some people start confusing others that Guru Sikhs can go and have disco dancers, Bhangra dancers. I want you to please understand one thing. Guru Sikhs don't do this nonsense. Singing is part of the puja. Bani is part of the puja. Dancing is not according to Gurmukh, it's according to Hindu customs. If you want to dance, Guru Maharaj says, Naach re mana, Gur ke aage naach. When you do Naam so happy and joyful, actually your mind is dancing around your Guru Maharaj. Pailena ji used to get so excited when they used to play the instruments and all that. Jai Mata Di, they used to sing the peta. so much, he used to dance, others used to dance. They started at about 7 o'clock after taking their food, and they kept dancing and singing the songs of the Mata until it was already 2 o'clock in the morning. And they didn't have watches. They used to see the stars. This star is here, it has gone there, and in another little few hours the sun will rise. It was about 2 o'clock. They say, you better rest now, and we will get up in the morning. Then we take our bath and we will go. They lay down. They used to carry something around, whether they are mattresses, not thick ones, or Sabha, or piece of cloth to lie down. You know, when you travel, you don't carry all the heavy baggage on horse. They used to carry something. They lay down to sleep. Since they were tired, most of them knocked off. Dead tired. Pai Lena ji was looking at the sky. Suddenly, he struck him. Instead of sleeping, I don't know, I go and take my bath in the river flowing nearby. All these people should camp or stop by near river where they could drink the water, where they could bathe. Most of people, religious people like the in Hardwar side, Rishikesh side, the saints always went and stayed near the rivers, the Hem Ganga and all this. River was flowing, it was quiet, and Pai Lena could hear the water flowing. He thought, might as well get up, take my bath. He saw the others were sleeping, he got up, he took his bath. When he started going towards the river to take his bath, there was a little bit of light because of the stars, not pitch black. When he went, he heard a person singing. Just like today this gentleman was singing the Rasa part, my mind went there. I was so pleased listening to the Rasa part you are doing with love, singing the Bani, and the Bani when sang with love goes right into the heart. Gurbani in Asaiwal, Guru Maharaj says, Har Prem Bani Man Marya. The Bani with love sung became like an arrow which struck my heart. Pai Lena ji, when he went towards the river, he heard somebody singing the Japji Sahib part. No, he had learned that from his Guruji. Singing with love. You know, if you try to read the Bani and you understand the Bani is beautiful. He came to this point, you know. Pariye hath pair tan de Bani tote utar sake. That means when your hands and your feet become dirty with the dirt, you wash with the water, the dirt comes off. Pariye hath pair tan de Pani tote utar sake, Moot paliti kapad hoye, De sabun laiye oto. When our children's clothes become dirty with waste or urine or they pass motion, water alone won't clean, you have to use the soap. Moot paliti kapad hoye, De sabun laiye Pariye mat papa ke sang, wo to pehnave ke rang. When you are thinking, your mind becomes dirty because you commit sins, you lie, you steal, you cheat, you create problems. The mind has become polluted with sins. Pariye mat papa ke sang, wo to pehnawe ke rang. When the mind is dirty, then you cannot clean water or soap. It's the Naam prayer that cleans it. This Gursikh is doing Japsa part, singing beautifully. His eyes are closed, water flowing calmly, and he's singing the Bani in love. Pailana, when he heard this, he got stunned, he could not move. Such a beautiful Bani coming out with love, like as now this gentleman was singing the rasa part. I really felt so happy. If only Guru Maharaj could create thousands of this type of Gursikhs to preach the word of Gursikhi, we could be the most powerful Sikh kaum in the world. Anyway, when Pailana ji was singing the Bani, he did not know whether who was around him. That's why when you do Namsiman or Kirtan or Vaheguru or Bani, you close your eyes and if you know it by heart, you do it, you enjoy it. Pailana ji was singing with love. This Gursikh was singing Bani with love. Pailana ji got jammed when he was nearby. He couldn't see who. He could see one figure sitting down there, and the figure's face was towards the river. Pailana ji was at the back, and he heard the beautiful Bani with a cool breeze blowing and the water flowing, and he was hearing Bani at that time about 2 o'clock in the morning, when all the birds, animals, all were asleep. In the middle of the silence of the night, he heard the beautiful Bani. He was wonderstruck. At the end, the Gursikh finished this way. Jinni naam te aaya, gaye masakkat taar, nanak te mukh ujle, eki shuti na. नानक ते मुख उजले एति छुट्टी ना सतनाम वाहे. No fateh in that time, because fateh comes from Guru Gobind Singh on the 10th Jama. Kaljug Babe Tara Satnam Pad Mantar Sunaya. When he finished, he folded his hands, he bowed down and he said, Tan Guru Nanak, Tan Guru Nanak, Tan Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. Boy, what? Pailana ran near. He couldn't see the face, quite dark. He went near. And he was a Hindu. He said Ram Ram. It's a word of thinking of God. He said Ram Ram. The Gursikh wished him. And Pailana asked him, what were you singing? He said, I was singing the Bani of Guru Nanak Sahib. He said, this is Bani? He said, yes. She was beautiful. He said, yes. The Bani Guru Nanak Sahib is beautiful because the Bani is what Guru Nanak Sahib got from God, not Guru Nanak Sahib created himself, what came from God. And Guru Nanak Sahib mentioned, जैसी मैं आवे खस्म की बाणी तैसरा ज्ञान करी वे लालो. As the Bani comes from my master, who was Guru Nanak Dev Ji's master, God. जैसी मैं खस्म की बाणी, similarly I relay unto you. When Pailana heard it, he said, your Guru, is he alive? He said, yes. Say, where can I see him? He says, in Kartarpur. And he realized that Kartarpur was on the way going to the Vaishno Devi. Then the Gursikh left. When he left, Bhai Lehna did not know. Bhai Lehna, when he took his bath, he came out. He sat down on his whatever cloth or piece of where he was going to sleep. And today he is trying to do Ram Ram. He cannot concentrate. His mind is there on the river bank where the Gursikh is reading this Bani Pariye. हाथ पैर तक दे पानी धोते उतस के मूत प्रीति कपड़े दे साबुन लिए हुए तोए पर ये मत पापा के संग उतो पे नावे के रंग. The mind has gone there. His mind is struck. I want to meet this Guru. I want to meet this Guru. I want to meet Guru Nanak Sahib. I want to meet him. And they say, Charan Sharan Gur ek peda jaye chal. Whoever takes one step to go to meet the Guru, Sadguru कोट पेड़ा आगे हुए लेते हैं. Sadguru will come hundreds of thousands of steps in front to come and take you. It is said, and Bani proves it. He got a desire to meet the Guru. He went back, he lay down. Today he can't do Ram Ram. He's trying to do, his mind is there. His mind says, I want to meet Sadguruji, Guru Nanak Sahib. I want to meet Sadguru Guru Nanak Sahib. In the morning, when the sun rose, all of them got up. They went to take the bath in the river, came back, they climbed their horses, they left for Mata Vaishno Devi. They paid homage. Today, Bhai Lehna, like every year, is to pay homage. Today his mind is not there. Mind is saying, I want to meet Guru Nanak Sahib. I want to meet Guru Nanak Sahib. He went, he did all the customary rituals, bowing here, bowing there, all the toof, all the tikka, all the puti that they do in the Hindu way of worship. He did everything, but his mind is there. After staying there for a few days, they returned. When they returned, they came back, and Bhai Lehna was the leader. He told them, we'll camp near Kartarpur. He found out where it was nearby. Bhai Lehna asked the friends to, we break our journey here. All agreed. Nobody is to question the boss. Today, Bhai Lehna took his horse and he asked somebody, he said, Kartarpur is this side. He went on horse to go and see the Guru. Bhai Lehna ji is on the horse. And suddenly, he saw an old man coming on that path. He was sitting on the horse, Bhai Lehna, and he asked the old man, he wished the old man, I don't know how he wished him. Ram Ram could be their way. And he said, he looked like a holy man. He said, Bhagat ji, मैं Guru Nanak Sahib के घर जाना है. The old man looked at Bhai Lehna, and Bhai Lehna saw his eyes were sparkling, attractive eyes. He got magnetized. He said, you want to see Guru Nanak Sahib? He said, yes. Say, come, I'll take you there. You know what happened? Who was the old man? It was Guru Nanak Sahib. Guru Nanak Sahib knew this man has been remembering me and he wants to see me. Guru Nanak Sahib went ahead to receive Bhai Lehna. He caught hold of the reins of the horse from near here, and Bhai Lehna is on the horse. Guru Nanak Sahib is leading the way back to his house. And Bhai Lena did not know this is Guru Nanak Sahib walking and I am riding on the horse. When he went to his place, Guru Nanak Sahib, he told Bhai Lena, you can tie a horse here. There's a well there, you can take out the water and wash your feet and your hands and all that. Normally when we go to see a holy man or come to the house of Guru Maharaj, it's customary to wash our hands and feet, even your face. But the trouble is, sometimes when we wash our face, our makeup will come off. But those people never bother about all those things. Bhai Lena ji went to the well, there's a pail there, took out the water, washed his hands and feet, his face, and Guru Nanak Sahib told him that Guruji will be inside. When this Bhai Lena came in, he saw Guru Nanak Sahib seated on the bed. But he did not know that this is the same old man who brought him from half the way. Bhai Lena ji went very humbly, If you observe sometimes, some Guru Sikhs, the moment they come into the Darbar, Sahib, they come down looking down, they won't look on the left, they won't look on the right. This Bhai Lena came looking down and he saw somebody sitting on the bed. He went and bowed down on the feet of Guru Nanak Sahib, not looking at the face of Guru Nanak Sahib. When he bowed down on the feet of Guru Nanak Sahib, he couldn't lift his head up. Such was the magnetic force on the feet of Guru Nanak Sahib, couldn't lift his head up. And Guru Nanak Sahib caught the head and lifted it. When Guru Nanak Sahib spoke, Bhai Lena realized it's the same voice. When he looked at Guru Nanak Sahib's face, he fell down again on the feet. That what a fool I was. This was the Guru who was walking and I was riding the horse. He fell down and on the feet and he asked for forgiveness. Guruji manu bakshlo, manu pata nahi si, main uri te chadya te tusi paidal ture hunde. I was riding and you were walking. Guru Nanak Sahib was very jovial. He asked him, "Tada naam ki hai ji?" He said, "Mera naam Lena." And the land wale hunde na, oh घोड़ियां दे चढ़ they ride and देन wale paidal. Nobody knew what that meant. Guru Nanak Sahib had two sons also. Bhai Lena ji, when he sat near Guru Nanak Sahib, somebody asked him, "You want water? You want any drink, any food?" For him, looking at his Guru was the greatest blessing. He felt so happy. For 1 second, he didn't want to look here, look there. Guru Maharaj magnetized him. गुरु का दर्शन देख देख, दर्शन देख देख जीवा। गुरु का दर्शन देख देख, दर्शन देख देख। गुरु के चरण तोए तोए पीवा, गुरु के चरण तोए तोए पीवा। गुरु के चरण तोए तोए पीवा, गुरु के चरण तोए तोए पीवा। गुरु का दर्शन देख देख, दर्शन देख देख जीवा। गुरु का दर्शन देख देख, दर्शन देख देख जीवा। Seeing my Guruji is life for me. And Guru ke charan, his humble feet. When I wash his feet and drink, it is life for me. To do Naam Simran is washing the feet of your Guru. Washing the feet of God. Guru ke charan toye toye pima. being humble and doing Naam Simran. A mother will give food to a hungry child. She will do anything for the child. When you go to Guruji's house, the greatest, most expensive gift that Guruji can give you is Naam. Sadhguru Sikh ko Naam Tan de. This is the greatest gift that Guru Maharaj can give to his Sikh is the Naam. Today, when this Guru Sikh was doing Rara part, my mind struck that Guru Sikh sitting near the river doing Jamisa part with love. That's why I had to bring this Sakhi in. My dear young Guru Sikhs, many of you are like my children, quite a number of you like my grandchildren. Nothing like being a good Guru Sikh who loves his Guru. Our parents have done a lot for us. If you can read Bani, you can do Naam Simran, you will do the most for your parents spiritually. I like to start back the Shabad. Satguru has sent that the theme of our Samelan. Let's all sing the Shabad. Satguru aayo saran tuhari, aayo saran tuhari, aayo saran tuhari. Satguru aayo saran present and future. Coming into the house of Guruji, you get happiness, the name of God and respect. Mile sukh naam har soda, mile sukh naam har soda, chinta laye hamari, chinta पर Chand Sada Birwana Sadmukh Chand Sada Birwana Sabna de Adari Sabna de Adari Nanak Das Sant Pache Pareo Nanak Das Sant Pache Pareo Nanak Das Sant Pache Pareo Dakhle ho ehbari Dakhle ho ehbari Satguru aayo sharan tuhari Aayo sharan tuhari Satguru aayo sharan tuhari Aayo sharan tuhari. Yesterday we were discussing by Bidhi Chandji how when he went to the Sat Sangat where Pai Adri was doing Naam Simran, Sat Sangat, Katha, how the sinful mind changed. I've seen in many years of these camps. Some of the naughty boys or girls, they come here, listening to Gurbani, understanding Gurbani, they get a slap on the face. Why am I stealing? Why am I lying? Why am I creating problems? Why do I cheat my parents? Why I do wrong things that my parents will not be proud of? And suddenly their mind says, I want to stop this bad habit. Drug addicts have changed. Drunkards have changed. Smokers have changed. Womanizers and people doing wrong things have changed. How? In the aura of the Sat Sangat, the aura of truth takes out the evil thinking, the sins. Par ye mat papa ke sang, uto pe nave ke rang. You realize, starting also we do Naam Simran, ending also we do Naam Simran. For you also it benefits, for me also it benefits. And when we do together, the family that prays together, stays together united. One man in Lalpur in Pakistan, due to some problem, he killed a person. And he tried to run away. Because he knew somebody is going to catch him. He run away. You know what he did? He took a black blanket, he wrapped himself and disappeared. He went very far out for nearly few days. And nearly few days by walking or don't know how he reached 60-70 miles away. He found one quiet place. Nobody was staying there. And he thought, daytime I'll go and get some food from some villagers. Only in India, if you come and ask food, people won't turn you down. If anybody turns anybody out for food, no, he's not a good person. Let it be of any religion. Even you go to India, you see some lepers, the beggars. There may be a line of them, you still want to give something. You want a child to give something. Kisi the sees milegi, palav hoega. You have something, you can share. You don't have anything, what you want to share? And our religion says, Naam Japna Vand Shakna. This person who killed somebody, murdered somebody, he left. Went to a quiet place. He thought nobody there. He put up the night there. Whenever he was hungry, he asked somebody gave him 1 bread, 2 bread. To survive, just even little food is good enough. He slept at night. In the morning he got up. He looked around here and there to see if there was any water nearby to take a bath. There was something like a jungle. Suddenly, he saw a holy man there. And he wished holy man. The holy man didn't say anything to him. He went here, he went there, he took his bath, came back. He said the holy man does his job, I do my job. He rested because he was tired. He rested. After he slept, he got up. Again he saw the holy man. Holy man asked him, you want anything to eat? He said, somebody left some food here, you can take it. This man took the food. He won the confidence of the holy man. Then the holy man asked him, you have come from far? He said, yes. I know what you have done. Holy man told this murderer, in murderer's house, you are just guessing something. He said, I know. He didn't say anything. The murderer didn't say anything. He said, I know you killed somebody and came. Oh, the murderer panicked. 60, 70 miles away, and this man here who never followed me, nothing, how he knows? Does he, how you know? He said, well, that we don't know how, but I know you murdered somebody. This man got worried. He tried to disappear. He said, wait, you can disappear from the eyes of the people. You cannot disappear from the eyes of God. He is watching you. He realized this holy man is really spiritually high. He said, forgive me. This thing happened and I made a mistake. He fell at the feet of holy man. You know what the holy man said? Okay, that's one thing. You don't want to be caught, he said no. You made a mistake. You want to make it again, he said no. Alright? Start doing Satnam Vaigu. Kabir said sure. And wherever there's any need for seva, you do seva. Sure. Promise is a promise. If you can do Satnam Vaigu and do seva, you will be forgiven of this murder. And better go from here. As you have come with this blanket, you go from here. That man, he took the blanket, he bowed down to the saint, he left. But when he left, as he used to walk, Satnam Vaigu, Satnam Vaigu, Satnam Vaigu, Satnam Vaigu. You all will be surprised. That man turned out to be a very great saint whose name was Sant Puriwale. Today the Golden Temple Parkarma that we walk today in the Golden Amritsar, the seva done by Sant Puriwale and Sant Baba Gurmukh Singh ji of Patiala, both of them, both great saints. And Baba Puriwale used to have his hair open and a black kambli, always a black cloth on his head. His Naam Simran made him from a sinner, a murderer into a saint. We all make mistakes. We lie, we steal, we cheat, we commit wrongs, we try to create problems, we try to confuse people. To confuse somebody is no better than murdering somebody. If you cannot help somebody, don't confuse somebody. And today, many people take it as a joy to confuse others. Why I brought this Saki or this Mahapurush? That in the history of the Sikh religion, great murderers, saints, people like Vibhishan, Chor, when they turned with the grace of the Guru, they ended up as saints. They say every saint has his past and every sinner his future. When you commit sins, you are piling up the burden. You cannot get away without paying for it. And as you pray, your prayer spiritual wealth helps you get rid of that burden little by little. Sometimes we are not having enough prayers which cannot wash out our weight. Then we pay for that. I got about 15 minutes more left. I would like to do some Nam Simran. 5 minutes we will do the meditation.